South Dakota State, I thought, played very well for most of the game, and thought we wore them down a little bit late in the second half with our depth and our length. And, give them credit. I thought they played well, and our guys finished the game strong, so we're happy with them.
Coach, how cool is it to have two players on the same night reach 1,000 points?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I don't think I've ever had that as a coach and doing a long time. So on a team, any team I've been an assistant coach or head coach. So to have two guys like Jonah and Nick that came in together to score the 1,000 point in the same evening is pretty cool. So we're really excited for them. They have a chance to do something special this year together, be leaders of a team, and we have a lot of young players that look up to them. And if they continue to work hard and lead us, I think we have a chance to have a successful season.
What allowed Nick to be so effective, especially early on?
Well, we had a size advantage when we played three bigs against a team like South Dakota State. Their advantage was their athleticism at certain spots, but also the three-point shooting. The point guard was very quick, and their power forwards averaging 22 a game, Wilson. But they have about 5 or 6 shooters they throw out. They spread the floor. Those guys driving the lane. So we knew our challenge would be with three bigs to get out to their shooters, and I thought we did a pretty good job, with the exception of a few times. But Nick just used his size and his footwork and his skill sets to have a great game. Played very well.
Coach, how important is it to have your team win the game when a team slows the ball down like that?
Well, we scored 84 points, so I thought we did a good job of. We took 40 shots in the first half, and I think I'm sure we won the game. But we ended up 68 total field goal attempts, so we only took 28, but we had a lot of offensive rebounds. And they did slow it down a little bit in the second half. We're methodical on offense, but I thought our defense was pretty good, and we were making them take extra time to shoot. I think they scored twice with 1 second on the shot clock. And also they had a couple other rush shots at the end of the shot clock. So anytime that happens, usually you're defending at a pretty high level because it takes a team almost 30 seconds to even get a shot off on you. So I was proud of our guys. I thought they executed the game plan defensively for the most part, probably 85% of the time.
What did you learn from you guys having it be so tight and went through the second half and then the result you got?
Well, I think any team you play in college basketball, for the most part, has a chance to beat you, no matter what school. This is a different sport than football because in basketball you only play 5 guys, and if 1 or 2 or 3 guys in your team gets hot and you make some mistakes, you don't play. You're in a dogfight with some pretty good players and pretty good teams. There's a lot of parity and a lot of good players across this country. So South Dakota State went to the NIT last year. They won 25 games. They're an excellent program, and so we knew going in that they could beat us if we didn't play well. So to have a close game in the second half and have to fight through it, I thought was good for our team to understand that, hey, even though we're in the Pac-12 and they're not, that doesn't mean anything. You have to go and play each game and concentrate on what it takes to win. And so I thought we did a great job the last part of the game to do that.
Coach, 28 points off of 18 forced turnovers. What can you say about your defense tonight?
Well, I think our defense all season has been very good. We're not perfect, but we're averaging 11 steals a game. We're blocking a lot of shots. I'm going to hit 3, but we're forcing turnovers. We forced 18 tonight. So anytime you get deflection steals and you average 11 steals a game, now I know it's early in the season, but for 3 games that's pretty good. We'll take it.
What prompted moving Quinton into the starting lineup tonight?
Well, Jonah usually starts for us, but Jonah was late for class again, so he just came off the bench. And Quinton did a good job. He made 2 threes early, and Q's a terrific defender. He started off the game slowly. He missed 4 straight shots, but in the second half he came back, and he's just a professional. He does everything. He's always in the right spot. He plays tough, and he's an elite shooter. He just didn't shoot the ball well to start the game.
How important is it to have seniors lead a big group of freshmen, especially in these close games, and show them the ropes that we're the Pac-12, but it's not going to be easy no matter.
Well, we have an interesting dynamic on our team because we have the 5 freshmen that are 5th or 6th ranked recruiting class in the country, depending on who you listen to. It doesn't really matter what the rankings are, all good players. So we have 5 excellent freshmen that are going to be terrific basketball players now and throughout their career as they develop. We also have 2 true seniors and then 2 grad transfers. So we have 8 new players on our roster, and then the other guy, Chuck O'Bannon and Elijah Weaver, are sophomores. So we have a really interesting mix of players on our team, and I know Bauman's our sit-out transfer. So when you bring 8 new players in, 7 that are eligible, we only have 4 returnees that knew our system. So this is all new to these guys, and of course they have to learn to play together. So we're really happy with the development so far, but we know we have a long season and we have to keep getting better.
Coach, how has it been exciting for you to coach a new group with Alabama freshmen and seniors?
Well, I think when we walk into gym every day as a staff, it's a lot of fun. We love this group of young men. As you see, our freshmen, there's a lot of variation in how they play. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they make freshman mistakes on offense and defense. And, I thought Max came in, like he played great tonight offensively, and then he made 1 or 2 defense mistakes. And Isaiah Mobley had some big time offensive rebounds and some great, a couple great passes, and he defended at a high level, and then he made a defense mistake where he let a guy shoot a 3 when he didn't close out. So as they learn to be more consistent with our system and what it takes to be successful with this, but like Kyle Sturman is a terrific basketball player. He hasn't played a ton of minutes yet, but he came in, I thought, and gave us 2 assists in the first half. And so it's hard for me to get minutes to all these guys, but they have to just take the minutes that they can get and develop as quickly as they can because we need them all.
What is your assessment of the point guard spot so far?
Well, Ethan Anderson had 17 assists in 2 games. Tonight he had 2 and 1. He didn't play a ton. He played as much as he had. He played 13 and a half minutes tonight. So I thought Ethan had a solid game tonight, but he's been really good so far. I think he has 19 assists and 5 turnovers on the year. That's pretty impressive for a true freshman. And of course, the Villanova game, he took over for a 5-minute stretch and helped us win that. Kyle Sturman, as I just said, he is going to be a terrific basketball player. He just needs to keep getting better and get used to coming off the bench and be able to play. I know it's tough for some of these guys. You're sitting for a while, and all of a sudden I say, hey, get in there, and it's hard for them to get into a flow. It takes a minute or 2. And then Elijah Weaver has been solid. He had 4 assists and 1 turnover, and Elijah's more of a combo guard. He needs to just slow down sometimes in transition and make the right play at the right time. But he's learning. He's a young sophomore. So we have really young guards, but then we have 2 veterans in Quentin and Jonah that kind of help stabilize him.
Coach, what's the biggest thing that you think in terms of Nick's maturation process and when you got him to the player he is now? What's the biggest thing that stands out?
His maturation, I think you saw it tonight. When he does what he does well, he looks really good. When he rebounds, he defends, he moves his feet. When he scores the ball in the paint, he uses his up and unders, his spins, his touch. He's got great hands and great feet, and he can run. When he starts playing with the basketball on the perimeter like he did one time when he tried to drive from 3-point line or shoot step back threes and shooting air balls, that's when he looks like a bad player. And so when you say maturation, well, he showed he was mature 90% of the time tonight, and he looked great. Okay, last game not so much. So we're looking for that. We're looking for that great player that showed up tonight, and when you do what you do well, he is an all-league player. And when he doesn't, he's not.
What do you want to see from the team going into its first road test this weekend?
Well, we have to get ready for next week. Nevada team. They have 3, I think 5th-year senior guards, or the one's a transfer from Louisiana Tech, but the other 2, Drew and Jazz Johnson, are great basketball players. They can score, they pass it, they defend, they're tough. So we know that this is probably one of the best backcourts we're going to see. Those 3-guard combination of any team on our schedule. So we have to be ready to go defend like we have been, and try to use our athleticism and make it a very competitive basketball game and play for 40 minutes.
One more?
Yeah, Coach, any concern about the small number of assists tonight compared to what you've been doing?
Well, last game we had 21 assists, but we also had 20 turnovers. So tonight we only had 11 turnovers and 11 assists. So you have to take your pick. Would you rather 20 turnovers and 21 assists, or 11-11? I don't know. I'd rather have 11 turnovers probably, but so the game tonight, we were throwing the ball in the paint a lot, so it prevents guys from getting some assists. So we try to use our size, and we ran a lot of post-up initial action. Sometimes our post guys get touches in the flow of the offense and transition in the half court, but we were very specific tonight to try to get on Yucca, Isaiah, and Nick the ball throughout the game. So it's hard to get assists when you're doing that because you're not playing within the flow of the offense.